Tonight, we are going to talk about Nobody. This movie just came out in theaters, stars Bob Odenkirk, and let me just bury the lead here. This movie is fantastic. This movie stars Bob Odenkirk, Connie Nielsen, Christopher Lloyd, Aleksey Serebryakov, and RZA. The plot of this movie, in very simple terms, is a bystander who ends up helping a woman who's being harassed on a bus by this group of men. It kind of becomes the target of this drug lord. That is a very simple explanation of what this movie is. This movie is so much bigger than that. If you've seen the previews, you know it is just action-packed. Speaking of action-packed, this movie comes in at 90 minutes. So we're looking at an hour and a half, and it just clicks the whole way through. It is very fast-paced, a lot of action, and that's part of what makes this movie great. Yes, we get some backstory. Speaking of, this movie is written by Derek Kolstad. He is the same guy who wrote John Wick, and John Wick 2 and John Wick 3. It's directed by Ilya Naishuller. He directed Hardcore Henry. That's kind of the only movie really that he's known for. And this movie kind of has the feel of Hardcore Henry and John Wick kind of pushed together, which you'd kind of expect that, right? I mean, especially being directed by him, written by Kolstad, you expect it to kind of be that blending, and it is. And if you like John Wick, you were going to love Nobody, which I did. I loved John Wick, and I loved Nobody. Both of those movies knew exactly what they were. And so in the genre of revenge films, this movie is top-notch. They could have gone into a little bit more explanation of, kind of what did this guy do before? I know he has a little bit of exposition on describing a little bit of it, but there's a lot of stuff about this character that we just don't know. In order to try to keep that tight pace, they chose to kind of put that on the background and really move full bore into the action of this movie. And it shows. In fact, because of that, I'm actually giving this movie a 4.5. This is a high recommend, almost a you gotta see it. So if you love revenge films, you are going to love this movie. I feel like this movie is what so many others are trying to be. I don't know if it's the casting of Bob Odenkirk, really against type, but it just works. I mean, it just works. From the preview, I expected this movie to deliver a lot. And it delivered more. I loved it. And now for the segment, can I watch this movie with my kid? Definitely not. It was really nice seeing Christopher Lloyd in this type of role. Maybe if he was younger, we would have gotten a little bit more action out of him. But considering his age, it was really, really cool to see him doing some of the stuff that he was doing. And I loved how they included him and RZA into the movie. There's a lot of kind of backstory that you want to know, and they definitely set this up for sequels. So I hope they deliver, because this could be the new John Wick franchise, and I would certainly watch it. Take my money, please.